20 centuries of time in a single glance, feeling the surge of an ageless civilization merging with our changing world. That is the Song of Siam, song of 1,000 legends of which the demon god is one. Today, worn by the winds and rains of centuries, he watches men reenact the legend of his battle with the monkey god. He came to rescue his master, the great god Rama, whom the wicked demon had kidnapped and imprisoned in a cave. The monkey god mocked him. The demon had great strength. His Siamese name, Tasagarana, means the strength of 10. The demon was defeated. Converted from his evil ways, he stands as an eternal symbol of strength, guarding the sacred spirit of Gautama Buddha, whose astonishing tolerance allows his followers to keep their old beliefs, legends, gods. Today, the priests of Buddha, 140,000 in number, in their lemon yellow robes, are a familiar sight throughout the land. There are more than 18,000 of these Buddhist temples, or wats as they are called, and during service the air is filled with the solemn chanting of the priests. Here a solid gold spire enhances the beauty of one of the many fabulous places of reverence.
A land of breathtaking beauty, with its robed and turbaned populace moving against a background of alabaster archways. And I find myself walking through the romantic roadways leading the temples of the Hindus. Jealously watching their devout followers, the Hindu gods squat on their perches, on temple walls, in the shadow of their towers of learning. Brahma, who has seen civilization fall and new religions luring his devotees away, sits between his sacred cows, knowing that his position in the Hindu firmament is secure. Through the courtyard below, a never-ending line of Hindus come and go in strange worship and meditation. Not a square inch of this tower has escaped the chisels of the sculptors. Tier upon tier, in order of their rank, the gods stand, ever reaching higher toward the heavens. They are piously caricatured in every move. Not only is every deity represented, but every one of their hatred, love, anger, passion, cupidity, all the expressions are there. Here is the only religion in which vice becomes a virtue. The very conduct of the gods themselves encourages depravity. The Sikh bull, Shiva's favorite steed, venerated as the symbol of fertility, guards the entrance to the temple compound. His stone hide is plated with beaten gold. A huge war horse seems a part of some titanic merry-go-round. Symbolic of the very spirit of India, he champs at the bit of time, going nowhere. Stone elephants guard gateways to the inner shrine. I entered one where effigies of the gods are hidden. Gods with the heads of elephants, gods with heads of jackals and hyenas, gods with too many arms, gods with too many heads, gods with the faces of saints and devils. In a secret shrine, the 10-armed image of Kali was worshipped by members of her sect. A woman with drug-crazed eyes was seized by a priest and carried off to an inner court. Another woman comes to make the sacrifice of goat's blood and her own body to Kali. One swift stroke by the executioner and the animal's soul is claimed for the god, and the sacred blood is consumed while it is still hot with life. Monstrous gargoyles such as are seen only in the fevered dreams of an opium eater towered over me. I left the temple by a road haunted by the most awful living exhibit of wretchedness I had ever seen. The street of beggars and holy men. Everywhere in India, the eye is met by these so-called holy men. Life for him has been reduced to its simplest elements. The sun warms him, the few coppers he can beg in a day feed him, is the shadow of the temple. The presence of these holy men can be smelled as well as felt from a considerable distance. They shun water like the plague. Their talcum powder is the ashes of burnt corpses. Folded turban-wise on their heads are the beards of their ancestors. Even has changed this face from what once was a human countenance into what now appears to be a decaying cauliflower. I flung a silver rupee into the begging bowl of this mad exhibitionist. Look at his thumbnails, like corkscrews grown through his ears. That was his vow, and he kept it. This one never removes the ball of barbed wire from his face. That is his vow, and he keeps it. Quite as merciless to themselves is a sect of sun worshippers. This one has been looking steadfastly into the sun from the moment it rose over the horizon. It is now almost high noon, and he has blinked once. For days afterwards, he will be able to see nothing but the blazing orb of the sun. Eventually, these men all go totally blind. Begging is the only profession left open to widows. The children are borrowed or hired, for nothing opens a tourist's pocketbook as quickly as a half-starved infant. In every street is seen and heard this wailing chorus. The chant of the beggars is the real song of India. But here is one inhabitant of the land that never starves. Her ladyship, the sacred cow, being led by her proud and devoted guardian. Cows everywhere. They have the run of the streets and markets. They have the right of way everywhere. The low-caste Hindu walks carefully around the cow so that his shadow may not defile her sacred hide. It is their belief that the cow body contains the soul of some departed brother, meditating on the joys of the promised nirvana. She toils not, neither does she give milk, meat, or leather. A cow's life is more important than that of a human being. For in some parts of India, the killing of a cow, even by accident, is punishable by death. They eat wherever and whatever they can find. Millions of Hindus may sicken and die for sheer lack of nourishment. But in the temples of the Brahmins, there is always a pile of fodder and a bed of clean straw for the sacred cow. They wander at will in and out of the temple. When a Hindu feels death approaching, his last wish is to hold the tail of a cow. Thus he believes he's nearer his desired reincarnation. The temple elephants rockly by. Surrounded on every side by poverty, hunger, and human misery, these favored beasts wear head coverings studded with diamonds, rubies, and other jewels. Their tusks are often banded with solid gold. Caste is the great social evil of India, and by his caste mark shall ye know the Hindu. This Brahmin has a phallic symbol painted on his forehead. He belongs to a race of priests who live off the fat of a lean lamb. Below the Brahmin are 2,300 divisions of caste, all with different beliefs and customs, which result in a jumbled confusion of the social system. Then, so low in the social scale that they have no caste at all, are the untouchables, and there are 60 million of them in India. These untouchables are avoided like the plague, lest their shadows defile their betters. Soulless one, he is cursed, kicked, and beaten from one corner of India to another.
pati tulabi na. Pati tulabi na, ito bige. At na, nakamat na. Bagay ulit ka. Pero wakang ka makatito sa aliw-aliw, wakang ka makatito. Kaminsan mo. Iwiyak ka, wakang ka makatito dahil ato bakit. Ay aray, kung sa bagay isa ka sa. Ayawan. Sumapot siya ka. Lampasok. Lampasok ka. Bilari. Kamu nga, nakakanya anak. Tapi sa kami mag-hempos na penggan. Mara si debito ketangali mag-hempos si kami. Puro sa lalaki ta apon. O nasa, di akat kita mada.